You talked about your mindset. You said, I heard you say today, you said, I am so professional that I don't even use my writing hand to reach up for something on a shelf.
My free arm.
Right, your free arm.
My free arm.
I don't use my free arm to reach up on a shelf that puts me out of place if I was riding a bull. And you ingrain that into yourself to a level that even though you're not riding bulls today, you're probably not going to ever get on another one. You're still that way.
I'm still that way. I'm programmed. I am so zoned in. I mean, I'm like, I refuse.
Was that just a level of mental, you're like, of programming you did yourself?
Yes.
You said, this is how I'm going to program myself.
Yes, I'm programmed. And I know I'm not ever going to ride another bull. I won't show a bull rider a mistake with my free arm. Because you don't want to cause bad habits.
What other traits do you have that are like that you've ingrained in yourself that you're just you kept referring to it, you're like, I'm a professional, and a professional does not do that, and I cannot do that.
I think the bull riding career has gave me a great career, and my mindset, I'm programmed to be I wanted to be the greatest, and I could have won way more world titles, but I wanted, my mindset was to meet a lot of friends, enjoy it, and let it be, and try to let go of it. And that was the hardest thing to do, was to let go of bull riding. Depression hit in. It was bad. I was on edge. I thought I was going to have to go to rehab for bull riders. There's not one. There's not rehab for bull riders. Yeah, I looked in the yellow pages. They don't have it. Bull riders rehab to quit. It was the hardest thing for me to do.
How'd you battle that?
Oh, I quit. I refused to go watch the rodeo.
Just cut it out.
Cut it out. I cut it out. I couldn't watch.
I mean, at some point, at the level that you're riding at, it's your identity. Is that how you felt?
Yeah. I mean, it was. It's me. Saturday night, watching Gilligan's Island. What are you doing watching Gilligan's Island on Saturday night when you know you can still be riding bulls? And I know I can still ride.
Right.
And I'm like, Terry, leave it alone. Don't quit thinking that, it's going to be okay. And it wasn't okay though.
It wasn't okay.
No, I had depression. It was bad.
At what point did you come to peace with it? Or have you? Are you still?
Well, it took years. It probably took 10, 12 years.
10 to 12 years before you got past
Oh yeah.
wanting to ride again.
Oh yeah.
And you're quitting at 38, so you're 48, almost 50 before you're like at peace with, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
I feel like I was made for riding bulls.
Yeah.
I'm made for it. This is me.
I dare somebody to argue you weren't, because the records show you were.
And what's weird, I'm getting my ass beat just a year and a half from me being a world champion bull rider at 19. That's weird. To be in heavier, your ass beat for riding a bull, but you're a world champion bull rider at 19. that is weird. I look back at that to this day, thinking my dad was overboard. I mean, I had a mean dad. I really had a mean dad, and maybe that helped me in my career. Well, I had such an asshole dad. He was. I call
Made
him.
you stubborn?
Oh no, I call him Lucifer. I called him. He was evil. He was medieval. He was evil, and I think that's what drove me to be so tough, mental, because the beatings I took. I took beatings, Red Bulls.
How was your relationship with your dad as an adult?
I ain't talked to him in 13 years
To this day?
to this day.
And what cut that off 13 years ago?
He's mean. He's mean. If I talk to him, I want to do something. Same thing. You can't. There ain't no way you can do that. He told me I'd never be a world champion bull rider. He said I can't beat him.
Where do you think that came from?
Don't know. But he told me I can't beat him. I'm never good enough. You'll never beat nobody riding bulls. You can't beat him, son. You can't beat him.
I can't imagine. I mean, my son's sitting here with me, and I'm processing this, and I'm envisioning this, and I can't, because I can't ever imagine telling my son that he can't do something.
You ain't supposed to tell your son. You ain't supposed to tell your son.
Do you think he was envious
Jealous.
of your ability?
Jealous.
You think
I think it's all about jealousy. I think he was jealous because, I mean, I did in 2000. I think it's 2000. It's 2005. It was 2000. So I don't remember what year it was, but I was going to do a cap roping, and he called the cap ropers and told them don't go to it. And my cap roping's gonna suck. Your own son's cap roping. I'm gonna do a cap ropers, and he told me. He told the calf ropers don't come to my calf.
told him not to come to your calf
Not
roping
to come
because
to
it was
it.
not going to be good.
Even though it outpaid the PRCA rodeo at Tulsa, Oklahoma, with fair rodeo.
They're making more money at your event than the PRCA event, and he's calling them up saying, "Don't go."
Don't go to it. It's no good.
Was he in rodeo?
Yes, he was calf roper.
He's a calf roper. And do you think that your
No, I don't know what makes
your
him.
winning in rodeo
I'm-
spurred that?
I mean-
Have you ever asked him?
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, obviously you guys don't talk anymore,
You
so
know, we
that's
don't talk. I mean,
yeah, that's
I mean-
just heavy to hear that. I mean, that's
Well,
a lot
I mean,
for a son to hear from his dad.
And I don't find out till later in my life that my mom was going to be a world champion bell racer in the IPRA.
Yeah.
That's great. When it comes to the finals, my mom drives home. That's where's my horse. Guess what? I sold it.
She sold her horse,
Sold the horse.
and she was going to be a world champion.
She's going to be a world champion bell racer.
And what spurred that?
I don't.
Are they still together?
No.
Your mom
No.
and dad?
No.
Not still
No.
together.
No. You know, you know, I look back at it now. My wife, I wouldn't have the guts to sell her horse. If I sold her dog, I wouldn't.
So your dad sold your mom's horse?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And I said he's evil, and he is.
Yeah.
And he did stuff that just. How could you sell your wife's horse? How?
I can't fathom it. It would not work out well for me if I had ever done that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
how did your mom handle that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You know, she told me, and she got mad about it. You know, but sorry. And that horse went the next 2 years in a row won the PRCA PRCA World Champion Barrel Horse.
Wow.
Next 2 years, the PRCA. Or the WPRA, or the Women's Professional Real Cattle Association, which is part of PRCA. It's 2-time world champion barrel. It was a tough horse.
I still am processing it, and it's just
it's hard to gather.
It is.
It's hard.
Yeah.
You'll sit back here and look at this and go through this interview and go, did you just hear what he said?
Yeah.
This is tough. I can't believe it.
And maybe part of that somewhere is what made you the determination of. I mean, who knows?
I mean,
that's
you got it. You had to be tough. You had to be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, because he was mean. He was mean. When I said mean, I mean he was mean.
Abusive.
Oh. He hit my brother, and blood ran out of his nose and his mouth because he dropped the fan clutch. Just because he dropped the fan clutch, he don't need to be beaten for it.
Right.
But I thought, man, that looked like that hurt. But our beatings was normal.
Do you think that's how is that how, did you know your grandfather?
I didn't know him. I don't know. I don't. He died when I was probably 1 year old, so I don't know if he was that way. I don't know, but I can remember him going. He's going to whip us with chains. Chains.
Wow.
And Mom begging him not to whip us with chains. Whatever he could get, whatever he could get a hold of. It was wicked.
It is.
I'll tell you.
You're a survivor.
I'm a survivor.
You're a survivor.
I'm a survivor, and it's still, but even though I'm a survivor, I haven't forgot it. It won't go away.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the things he did. It won't go away.
Does that make you angry when you think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me angry.
Yeah.
It makes me go want to whoop his ass. It just but I've never whooped him, so I just let it go. I'm still angry about it. So.
You referenced that you're a Christian.
If it wasn't for my Christian, I would have done something.
What brought you to faith?
It was my mom bringing me to church when I was a little kid. Going to church all the time. And learning learning the scriptures about Jesus and what he said. And forgive. Even it's hard to forgive. It's hard. But Jesus says it's better to forgive. And I think that's what's got me through it, Jesus. Because I'd be in prison right now, what for Jesus. I would be in prison right now, what for Jesus. Jesus said, let it go. And I gave all my troubles to Jesus. Help me. I can't do this alone. And I read your scriptures to forgive. So, and it's hard. It's hard. You won't forget. You never forget. You have to forgive, but you won't forget.
Terry, we've been going at this for about an hour and 20 minutes here. You got any, if somebody wants to reach out and contact you at your bull riding school, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
TerryDonWest.com.
TerryDonWest.com.
Yeah, it's got my phone number on there. It's my cell phone. And that's how these bull riders, you saw them today. And the thing about these bull riders, Tarzan's been to my school. Played the movie Tarzan. You'll never know who's here at these schools until you get here. I never thought Tarzan would be in my school. He is. And there's girl bull riders. There's young kids, grown-ups. 73 is my oldest student. And so, nothing surprises me at the schools. You think you've seen it all? No, you haven't. Just stick around.
What's your favorite equipment that you were using when you were riding?
My favorite equipment was, I rode with Dick Harborough, and he passed away a few months ago. And I really liked riding his bull ropes. And very Christian man. When you talk to him, and get a new bull rider, get a new bull rope, he had to tell you about Jesus. And they always had to talk about Jesus. And I know where he's at. He's in heaven. And I've seen angels. Like I'm sitting here talking to you. You go to bed one night and you're laying in bed and there's an angel at the foot of your bed. I know it's real. I've been shown it's real.
Tell me. Okay, so you've seen angels. Tell me about how did that? I mean, I've never seen an angel, but I believe in him. I mean, obviously, the Bible talks about it, and I'm very similar faith.
Yeah.
That's you got a whole new line of questions for me now, because when you say that, tell me about that.
Well, I was going to bed one night and I was really with a heavy heart, really heavy heart, and I was going to get in my bed, and went to get in my bed, and there's that angel standing in my bed at the foot of my bed. When you see an angel, it's a man, and angels' hair is as long as their past their butts. They look like rockers, and the beautiful, prettier hair than women's. Beautiful hair. I mean, their hair is like beautiful. Had a beard, mustache, beard, long hair, and I thought, is this not cool? And I hadn't even I just got in bed, went to go to sleep.
I mean, you didn't have a conversation? There wasn't.
You get starstruck.
And did he say anything?
No. We had a stern
You're just
contest.
there, and you stared at each other, and you're mesmerized.
I was telling myself, your hair is beautiful. I was telling myself this, and as I was
I'd be worried I was dying.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about dying.
No.
I was like, man, this is cool. This is so freaking cool. I was like, and when I said that to myself, he smiled from ear to ear. He knew what I was He knew what I was saying.
Why do you think you were seeing him?
I don't know.
You had a heavy heart. Did that impact you? You think? Were you?
I wanted to see angels. That's my heart to see angels. Well,
Yeah.
Here I did.
Like, here you go. And he just vanished.
I
You
turned.
just got in bed?
I turned to tell my wife, "Hey, look at this." When I look back, he's gone. He's gone. Oh, my wife woke up and she goes, "What?" I said, "Never mind. Never mind."
How do you tell that story?
Just go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Moses got the 10 Commandments,
Mm-hmm.
and written in writing, and I got it written in writing from heaven myself too. Written in writing, just like Moses. You can read it. It's writing from heaven, and writing from heaven. Ooh, I am goosebumped
When you
up.
talk about the 10 Commandments, it was given to you, or you saw it? You see it?
No, it was given to me.
It was given to you.
Oh, give it to me. Give it to me.
And you have it.
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And they gave you. You were given the 10 Commandments.
No, it's not the 10 Commandments.
Got you.
It's something else.
did
It's
you
written
get?
in writing.
What did you receive?
From heaven, and I've never told my son. No one in my family knows about it except my wife. My wife knows about it. She just walked through that door a while ago. My wife knows about it. she says, she said, Terry, this freaks me out. I said, I know it. Ain't it cool? Ain't it cool? It's something that is heavy. It's heavy on my heart. It's I lost a daughter way back. I lost a daughter, so this is, it's heavy, and this is in writing from heaven. And I've never showed none of my family. I've never showed it to my son, and maybe one day I will. I've never had though. But I've never showed nobody. And I have showed a few people that's hurting, and every one of them cries when they see it. You cry.
Do you think this was from your daughter?
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes.
How old was she when you lost her?
Yeah. Very young. It's real. I show it to people that's hurt. I got a message from my daughter, from heaven, in writing.
That's powerful. That's probably the most powerful information I've ever heard or received.
You know when I got it? I received it. Guess what day I received it on?
I can only guess.
Father's Day.
On Father's Day.
Got it on Father's Day. 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Moses got writing from God, and I got in writing also from heaven. I don't know.
Can you describe that experience?
I kiss it to this day. I kiss it. I hug it. I kiss it. It's something to see. It is something to see. I saw it this morning. I touched it. There's times I just kiss it.
Just brings you joy.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see my daughter again.
Oh yeah.
She's waiting on me.
Yeah.
She's waiting on me. And I've got it in writing.
I love that.
That's pretty cool. I don't talk about it. My family, no one in my family has seen it but my wife. It's been 3 years.
That's powerful.
People have said, man, I want to see it. I'd like to see it. They still haven't seen it.
Yeah.
My friend here today, he wants to see it. He's been wanting to see it for 2 years, and he still ain't seen it yet. But he will. I'm gonna show it to him. But everybody that's seen it has cried. Especially if you've lost someone. I want them to see it.
Yeah.
Like, looky here. Look. This is from heaven.
And I'm like, I'm kind of at a loss for words because that's. I talked to a guy the other day that he'd lost some friends of his, and I don't know how we got on the topic, but I meant the comment of, you'll see him again. And he said, "There's no God, there's no heaven." And he just, I kind of stopped, and I said, I could tell he was in pain, and he started crying, and I said, "Hey man, I love you. I don't know what you're going through. I love you. I'm here to help." And he just said, "There's no God would ever let this happen." What can I tell that guy? How do I tell the guy that lost somebody close to him like you did, like you lost your daughter, and he's in pain like that, and he says there's no God, a loving God wouldn't let that happen.
There is a loving God, and yes, we go through trials. You know, Jesus said He'll let the devil rule the earth until He returns. We blame Jesus, we blame God, but we don't ever blame the devil. The devil is here to kill, steal, and destroy. And he will kill you, steal from you, and destroy you. He will. We always want to blame God. A lot of times we're blaming God, but it's the devil. It's the devil. The devil is around. He's like once he finds out you're a Christian, he wants to destroy you.
He's a roaring lion, seeking who he can devour, is one of the verses that describes him.
Yeah. And my wife takes a picture of me. Just takes a picture of me. And once it comes out and we look at it, there's 3 demons standing beside me. 3 demons. And they're deformed faces. They're short. They were short and deformed faces. And I talked to a guy named Michael. He died. He died on the operating table. And he said, "Terry, I was in hell. I was in hell, and I saw these demons. They're short and deformed faces." And he was telling me the truth, because I've got a picture. Still got this picture today. And I told my wife I don't want to ever see that picture again, but she's kept it. But I don't ever look at it. And I knew that guy was telling me the truth, because I've got the picture to prove it.
Wow.
That guy that's having a hard time, you can tell him that, about I lost my daughter, and I got it in writing. But there is a God. There's a man named Jesus, and He's coming back to get us. Don't lose faith. I've got it in writing. I got it in writing. And the writing in heaven is only, I can sit here and tell you what it says, and I can have this town here in Henrietta and your hometown all write it the same way, and not one of us will get it right. Come close to getting it right the way it's written. Heaven's got their own league of writing. It's beautiful. I'm sitting there going, look at the writing. It's beautiful. I ain't never seen writing like this. The writing in heaven is in its own league. And you tell your friend, there is a God. And He's gonna see it. He pray to God, He'll see His friend. I'm praying, I'm gonna see my daughter. Her name's Kayla. My daughter's name. I ain't telling nobody my daughter's name either. Well, just now. My daughter's Kayla. Kayla. My daughter's name. Nobody knows I got a daughter.
How come you keep that to yourself? Painful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hurts. It hurts. Sometimes I wake up just crying. Just crying. I want to see her.
Yeah. You will, brother.
I want to see her. She got me a message too. Father's Day.
I mean, that's a hard Father's Day gift to top.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible.
I'll still hug it to this day.
Terry, thank you for opening up about your career, your injuries, your life, your daughter, and your faith. You know, I spent 20 years in the military, 20 plus years in law enforcement. And when I came out, I'm still going through it with, you know, I used to always say, oh, it's not who I am, it's just what I do. But that's not true, because the level of commitment and the level of professionalism you have to be at that level. You know, I wear a memorial bracelet for an officer that was killed, shot in the head, picking up coffee in a parking lot. And the level you have to be switched on to make sure you make it home to your family. It's not just what you do. You know, people that go and work at a factory and turn a wrench, that's just what they do.
Yeah.
In a profession where there's life and death,
Mm-hmm.
and this may be the last run for the day, there's a mental professionalism that requires, in my opinion, to be more than just what you do. And so I'm still going through that with what's my purpose. You know, it's that feeling of a surfer with, I describe it as a surfer without waves.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you spent your whole life surfing, and now you're out there on the ocean and there's no waves.
Yeah.
And you're looking for, like, well, what's my purpose in life?
Yeah.
And so, you know, and then the whole faith, you know, I was trying to witness to that guy, and I went home, told my wife, I said, man, I don't have the answers for that guy. I mean, I can only tell him how I feel, what I've read, what I've experienced, what I believe. And at the end of the day, I'm not trying to sell him on anything. He doesn't have to buy a word I'm selling, because ultimately it's his choice.
Mm-hmm.
But the information you've given me is a powerful story that I can repeat to other people and say, hear for yourself. And so I appreciate that.
You know, it will opens your eyes. It's so what I saw, what I got.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go home, I can go look at it right now and go, thank you. You know, it's a blessing. You know, it's a blessing to be able to see it, and it'll help people. Maybe this person needs help. You tell him the story, and I hope he finds peace.
Yeah.
I hope he finds peace, because there is peace. Look for it. His name's Jesus.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.